yes, this thing can basically do everything. Oh yeah, and there's also 2 water cooling systems inside this phone. One for the processor, which is kind of what you might expect. One of them is for something you probably won't, but we're getting there. So we are in the very heart of London. People are starting to gather around. I feel like a street performer. But I think what everyone is here to see is a benchmark. Okay, so 3D Mark, this is the extreme stress test. It's gonna be quite tough. I'm gonna go wildlife extreme, guys. So I'm loading up the same benchmark on both phones. Go. Okay. Oh, the crowd is going wild. Wow! Look at that, 230 frames per second. Oh my goodness me. iPhone 15 Pro Max Ultra. It just works. 3,767. That's the score of the iPhone. 38,559. 10 times. 10 times. Okay, so that's all well and good. But let's see what we can do with that power. What's the max setting we can put it on? Right, while we wait for that to load, just so you know, by the way, I have no way of exactly measuring it, but this iPhone weighs between 150 and 200 kilograms, in part thanks to real brushed aluminium all the way around. Hence, the stand, which to support something that heavy also weighs another 100 kilograms. So don't drop this thing on your face in bed. But also, I cannot state to you just how much work has gone into moving this thing around. Like, I had to call every available person I knew to spend 3 hours just getting it into our house, and then a full-on professional crew of 6 massive dudes to help get it out again to go to London. Every time you change orientation, where do you store something like this overnight? How do you get it onto a pavement? You have to think of everything. And the immense weight of the thing is also why there's room for 8 detachable handles for 8 people to carry it. This is pretty much every setting on Cyberpunk set to maximum. This doesn't feel real. I feel like I'm in some sort of weird lucid dream, and I feel like everyone right now is watching my absolutely embarrassing gameplay in public. But now it was time to show London the final boss of video games. It's gonna be a world record in 2 ways. Oh my God, high score. This is genuinely my best performance yet. I'm really happy that it's happening here. You thought it was a screen recording, right? Thank you. Oh, that was my best score for a really long time, and there's nothing to be ashamed of.
Wow, this is insane.
Right? Come on, you got it. Wow, okay, you're high. Okay, this is the best attempt so far, apart from mine. I think 12 is really hard. Oh, do you want me to kick the cable out? Oh my God. Oh, and the other benefit of having a phone the size of like 2 human beings is your selfie camera can see like the entire street. Let's try and get the biggest selfie ever taken. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Okay, nice. Let's have a look what some light social media looks like. Friction burn. I've actually burnt my finger. There's a...
Oh man, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't kidding. This is what my finger looked like the next day. Genuinely though, if you were going to endlessly browse social media, this is a healthier way of doing it. You're standing, you're moving, it's interactive.
Introduces a bit of friction.
Introduces a bit of friction. Now for your favorite bit. This guy's a massive speaker head, and so when it came to the speakers on this phone, he has basically taken it upon himself to build a custom, one-of-a-kind set of speakers for this.
Yeah, it needs to be as good as is possible. So it's got a transmission line subwoofer system, which means that it gets the most out of the space for deep and powerful bass. There's tubes inside that literally delay sound waves so that they come out of the phone louder.
For reference, the speakers on an iPhone, which are already some of the loudest, most powerful speakers that you can get on a smartphone, these things operate at up to around 3 watts of max power. This has 50 watts. Per speaker unit, there are 8 units in total.
Including 4 subwoofer drivers purely for bass.
Oh yeah, the buttons. The buttons, by the way, they feel absolutely giant, which feels like an obvious thing to say given the scale of them, but it's actually thanks to a very specific engineering decision.